Hi, my name's Jared Zaragoza, and I'm a diamond coach. I just got back from Dallas, Texas, and I had the opportunity of doing the men's training camp live too. And I just wanted to share some of the information I got from that event with you guys, some of the takeaways. So I had the opportunity to learn from Carl Deichler, the CEO of the company, Jimmy Hayes Nelson, Dave Ward, Chris Reed. He's a former SWAT team sergeant who made it, became very successful. Dennis Fowler, also former police officer. David Atkins, who's a lieutenant for New York State Police. I also got taught by, Mike Ryan and Josh Spencer, who's currently battling Lyme disease right now. I met with some of the founders. There's about 4 founders of the company there. Nick McAllister, Melissa McAllister's husband. Trey Bear, got to talk with him. And got to talk to Dave Ingram. Several people that are huge as far as the guy side of the business goes. And some of the takeaways I learned, there's a story I want to share with you that Jimmy told that really stuck to us. So he talked about having swimming lessons when you're a kid, and he said when you have swimming lessons, part of graduating is you need to climb up that high dive and you need to jump off into the water. And he said it's like your business, and the time when you need to jump off the high dive, that's how you graduate. And he said the instructors, they're kind of like your coaches, like your upline sponsor. It's not their job to carry you, and it's not their job to make you get there. It's on you. And he said, if you stand on the high dive and you get scared and you won't jump into that water, he's like, your instructor will actually push you into the water, and then you fall into the water. Once you hit that water's cold, and you're swimming for your life, and you're freaking out, and you're panicking, and it takes your breath away. It's just a shock on your system. And he said that's a lot like inviting, whether it's for the business opportunity or if it's for inviting for challenge groups. And he said, you have 2 choices. You could swim for your life, and you can panic and tread water and do everything you can to figure this out and survive, or you could drown, or you could play it safe and sit in the kiddie pool, And there are coaches that in this company that choose to sit in the kiddie pool and play it safe. They don't want to sit out the invites. They don't want to present the business. They don't want to ask because they don't want to hear a no. They don't want to be weird. They don't want to offend people. And then there's the people that they're literally fighting in the water not to drown. The other scenario that stuck out to me is Dave Ward told another story. He said, we're like a bunch of pigs, and we're all, as we live our lives, we're all waiting. Basically, he said pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. And what that means is he's talking about his story when he was in real estate, and he said he saw everything falling during 2008, during the crash of the economy. And he said he just saw one person after another get laid off, and then the next person be laid off. And he's just waiting, like, when I'm going to be next. I know it's my time. I'm going to get laid off sooner or later. And he said, they finally tried to let him go, and they actually cut him from the company. But because they built their business, his ex-wife Monica, who's his upline, because they built their business to a certain amount of money, they were okay, and they were able to make it. And he said, no matter what your job is, he's like, you're never safe. He's like, you don't know if you're going to get laid off. You don't know if your job's going to be gone. And as the economy, if it goes down or if it gets worse, your job's not that, your boss isn't necessarily going to give you a raise. So you could sit there and try to play it safe at your job and see how long you're going to last until you get laid off or until things get really bad financially, or you can fight for what you want. And he said you need to create a sense of urgency in your business. And if that means, like, you're picturing you're a hog and you're going to get slaughtered and they're going to make you into bacon and ham and you're going to be dead, he's like, if that's what it takes for you to push, then make that your urgency. Or if you want to use a swimming pool scenario, and if you're going to drown, if you don't tread water, fight, then use that to, fight. And then, a couple other things I learned is after the 2-day seminar, the key theme that they were telling us is there is no secret sauce. It doesn't matter who your upline is. We talked to Bob Lucido, who's one of the only people in the entire company that has 3 levels of Millionaire Club. He told us his upline's an emerald, and he's in the deadest spot that he could possibly be in, and he made it. He said, you just have to believe in yourself And you just have to be comfortable where you're at. If you're 300 pounds, if you're shredded, if whatever, it doesn't really matter. It's all on you and it's all in your head. It's a big mind game. And the secret is just believing in yourself, loving yourself for who you are, putting yourself out there, and not caring what people think about you. Someone else said, people's opinions, they don't pay the bills, and that's true. I've been attacked on social media, I've been attacked at work, but people's opinions don't matter. And eventually you're going to get to where you want to go, and they're going to still be in the same job, and they're going to be looking at you wondering why you're there and why they're still in their job. And another thing I was taught at the event is the difference between the coaches where they're at and the coaches like us is time and consistency repeated, you know, over and over and over. And they're saying, we've heard be here in a year, like that's good. And I know coaches who it's literally been 6 months and they're already like whining and quitting and saying, I want to quit, I want to give up, or they've quit or they left. And if you haven't even been here for a year, there should be no reason why you're whining and complaining. Just be honest. And thinking more long term, they're saying like you got to think 5 years out, you know, at least 5 years out. Like, do the work for 5 years out. Don't do 6 months or a year and be like, I didn't make it, I quit. It's so hard, I want to give up. Think long term. And like Carl Daikeler said, make your success non-negotiable. You're going to make it. Don't give up. And that's everything I have that I want to share. That was kind of some of the highlights, some of the things that stuck out to me. If you have any questions or if you want to hear a little bit more about what I've learned, reach out to me and I'll be willing to help any one of you. Hope you all have a really good day.